Good morning, student. In the last topic, we have seen the chemical equation. Before that, we have seen physical change, the temporary change that occurs around you and doesn't change the form of the matter is what? A physical change. Then we have seen the chemical change. In chemical change, what happens? There is permanent change. Altogether, new substance is produced because of that change. So this type of change we call as a chemical change. Then we come to know that chemical change is nothing but a chemical reaction. So when the chemical reaction takes place, there is a chemical change. Okay. Then next we have seen example of chemical change. Twice Mg plus O2 gives us twice MgO. So magnesium is having different property, oxygen is having different property, and magnesium oxide is also having different property. So altogether the new type of compound is produced over here. So this is example of a chemical change. Then we have seen the reactant, the substances that undergoes the changes in the reaction are reactants. The new substance form having altogether different properties are the product. The reactant changes into product and the chemical reaction takes place. Then we put a word equation of that chemical reaction, and that is called as chemical equation. Now here question is that why to balance the chemical equation? Why to balance the chemical equation? First of all, what do you mean by balanced chemical equation? If the number of atoms of an element present in the reactant is equal to number of atoms of an element present in the product in a chemical reaction, then we say that the reaction is balanced chemical reaction. Now, why there is need of balanced chemical reaction? Because of law of conservation of mass that we have seen in 9th standard. So what is the law of conservation of mass? The total mass of an element present in the product of chemical reaction. The total mass of element present in the product of a chemical reaction is equal to what? Is equal to the total mass of the element present in the reactant. So total mass of element present in the product is equal to total mass of elements present in the reactant. So this we call as law of conservation of mass, and that's why the chemical reaction is to be balanced. Okay, if these total numbers are not equal, then we say that the reaction is unbalanced. How is the reaction? The reaction is unbalanced. So what is needed here? The reaction must be balanced reaction. So how to balance it? We have to see by giving one example. So let us take an example. Iron react with water to produce Fe3O4 plus H2. Okay. So iron and water react to produce Fe3O4 plus H2. So this reaction is unbalanced chemical reaction because you can see iron number of atoms of an element iron is 1 over here, so here is 3. So it is naturally unbalanced chemical reaction. So how to balance it? We have to balance it initially by taking many steps so that each step will be clearly known to you. The very first step is that you have to make bracket boxes around the formula of the compound. You have to make boxes around the formula of the compound like this. Iron is, water is, Fe3O4, ferric oxide and hydrogen, all they are surrounded by boxes. And you should never change anything inside the boxes. Boxes के अंदर आपको कुछ भी change नहीं करना है. क्यों नहीं change करना है बोलो? क्योंकि boxes के अंदर आप अगर कुछ change कर लेते हैं तो क्या होगा? वो law of proportionality disturb हो जाएगा. Law of proportionality क्या होता है बोलो? Number of element present in a compound are in fixed proportion. So if I change this, it will be invalid. For example, here it is H2O. If I write to balance it, here it is oxygen 4. If I write H2O4, you will say that it is balanced. No, it is not possible because H2O4 is not a formula for water. That's why we should not do any changes inside the boxes. So you make the boxes and do nothing inside the boxes. Boxes के अंदर कुछ भी change नहीं करना है. Okay? Then in step 2, we have to count number of atoms of an element present in the reactant and product. So This is the left hand side atom, these are the right hand side atoms of an element. So first element is suppose iron. Iron is having one element, one atom in the reactant side, and there are three atoms on the product side. Then second, let us take hydrogen. Hydrogen having H2 means two atoms in the reactant side, whereas hydrogen has two atoms in the product side also. Then what about oxygen? Only one atom on the left hand side, whereas there are four atoms on the right hand side. So naturally, this chemical reaction is unbalanced. So we should start balancing it. So we will take the step third. Now what we should do in step third? In step third, we have to multiply by certain coefficient to the formula of the compound, so that number of element present in reactant is equal to number of element present in the product. Where we should start? We can start with iron, we can start with water, we can start with Fe3O4, we can start with hydrogen. But general practice is that we have to start with a large molecule. Which is large molecule over here? Fe3O4. क्या करो कि लार्ज मॉलिक्यूल से हमें शुरू करना है, तो लार्ज मॉलिक्यूल कौन सा हुआ? Fe3O4. तो यहाँ से हमें स्टार्ट करना है. Now Fe3O4 में ऑक्सीजन से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे. So how many elements are atoms are present here? 4 on the product side, whereas only 1 in the reactant side. So I will make 4 over here. How to make 4 over here? By taking coefficient 4 to the water molecule. So we'll take coefficient 4 to the water molecule. So we'll multiply or take coefficient of 4 to the water molecule. So what is the reaction then? Reaction will look like this: Fe plus 4H2O gives us Fe3O4 plus H2. Okay, so I have taken coefficient 4 to the water molecule, so that 4 into 1, 4 oxygen, 4 on the left hand side and 4 oxygen on the right hand side also. Okay, now we have to again examine how the number of elements present over here. So again I will make a table. So first column will be element, then second column will be number of atoms in left hand side, second number of atoms in right hand side. Okay. So first element is which one? The first element is suppose iron. Which element is there? Iron. So first element is iron. So how many atoms are present on left hand side? On left hand side only one atom is there and three atoms on the right hand side. So I feel one atom on left hand side and how many atoms? Three atoms on the right hand side. 1 and 3. This is what? Iron. What about hydrogen? 4 into 2, 8, and here it is only 2. So hydrogen will have 8 on the left hand side and 2 atoms on the right hand side. Then next we will talk about the oxygen. How many atoms of oxygen are here? See here, only 1. Here it is 4, but we have multiplied by 4, so it becomes 4 into 1, 4, and here it is 4. So oxygen we have balanced. Oxygen is now totally balanced. Okay. Now oxygen is balanced. Let us balance another element, hydrogen now. 4H2 means 4 into 2, 8 of hydrogen is there. Only 2 hydrogen is there. Here it is 8 hydrogen. Here it is 8. Here it is 2. So I should multiply by 4 on the product side. So that 4 into 2, 8, and this will also become 8. So I have to take the coefficient 4 for this. So what I can write here? I can write Fe plus 4H2O gives us Fe3O4 plus 4H2. So clearly you can see here now hydrogen is balanced, oxygen is balanced, hydrogen oxygen balance. We need to balance the iron only. Now here it is iron 3, here it is 1. So I will multiply by 3 to this left hand side iron, so that iron will be also balanced. So what is the step 4 then? In step 4, what you have to do? You have to multiply iron by 4, so that everything will be balanced. So it becomes 4Fe plus 4, how many? Fe3. So you have to balance by making coefficient 3. 3Fe plus 4H2O gives us Fe3O4 plus 4H2. So this will be the balanced chemical equation. Okay. Now you can indicate its states. 3Fe, iron in solid state, so I can indicate by S, plus 4H2O, water in liquid state. That's why I will write as liquid L. Then Fe3O4 in solid state. Then 4H2 will be in gaseous state. So this will be the complete balanced chemical equation. So what steps you have taken? Number one, you have make boxes around each formulae and nothing to be changed inside the boxes. First step. What about second step? In second step, you have to make a table indicating number of atoms in the left hand side and number of atoms present in the right hand side. Right? So which element is there? Iron, 1 atom in the reactant side, 3 atoms on the product side. Then we have taken hydrogen, 2 atoms on reactant side, 2 atoms on product side. Then oxygen, only 1 atom on reactant side, there are 4 atoms on the product side. So in this way, the atoms are counted. Now we come to know that the reaction is unbalanced. How to balance it? We will start balancing from the large molecule. We have to remember that we should start it from large molecule. So we will start from Fe3O4. So how many atoms are there? 4 here. So I will multiply by 4 over here. To H2O, so you get balanced oxygen. Fe plus 4H2 gives us Fe3O4 plus hydrogen. Okay. Now oxygen is balanced. Then again we count the number of atoms. So oxygen 4 is balanced, but hydrogen is unbalanced. Hydrogen 8 and 2. So how to balance? By taking coefficient 4 to the hydrogen on right hand side. So it will become balanced. Fe plus 4H2, Fe3O4 plus 4H2. So oxygen is balanced, hydrogen is balanced. Which is unbalanced now? Iron is unbalanced. So I will multiply by 3. So it will balance. So what is the balanced chemical equation then? 3Fe plus 4H2O plus Fe3O4 plus 4H2. So in this way you can balance the chemical equations. Okay. So please like my channel Kurti Science Academy and share it to your friends and hit the bell icon so that I will get energy to produce more better and better videos. Making a video is very tough job, required hard work. So please like this channel. Okay. And complete your homework. So what is the homework? Explain law of conservation of mass, or why we should balance the chemical equation. Okay, so you have to write this one. Then explain steps in balancing the chemical equation. Okay, so you have to explain all the steps, keeping one example with you, and explain all the steps of writing the chemical equation. Okay, bye students.